Twilight had come. The lights from the distant town were beginning to flash on. Up the hot and dusty road leading from the town came two figures, one a large, powerful man, the other young and delicate. Jake's flaming red hair framed his head. His eyebrows looked like horns. His muscles bulged and were threatening. His overalls were faded and ragged, and his toes stuck out through pieces of shoes. He turned to the young boy walking beside him and said, "Guess this is just about time to make camp for tonight. Here, kid, take this bundle and lay it over there. Then get some wood. And make it snappy too. I want to make the victuals before it's all dark. We can't have anybody seeing us. Go on there, hurry up." Tim obeyed the orders and set about gathering the wood. His thin shoulders drooped from the strain, and his gaunt features stood out with protruding bones. His eyes were weak but sympathetic. His rosebud mouth puckered slightly as he went about his labor. Neatly he piled the wood, while Jake cut strips of bacon and put them in a grease-coated pan. Then, when the wood was ready to be fired, he searched through his pockets for a match. "Damn it, where did I put those matches? Where are they? You ain't got them, have you, kid?" "Nuts, I don't think so. Ah, here they are." He drew a paper of matches from a pocket, lit one, and protected the little flame with his rough hands. Tim put a pan with the bacon over the small fire that was rapidly catching. The bacon remained still for a minute or so, and then a tiny crackling sound started and the bacon was frying. A very rancid odor came from the meat. Tim's sick face turned sicker from the fumes. "Gee, Jake, I don't know whether I can eat any of this junk or not. It doesn't look right to me. It looks rancid." "You'll eat it or nothin'. If you weren't so stingy with that piece of change you got, you could get us something decent to eat." "Why, kid, you got a whole $10. It doesn't take that much to get home on." "Yes, it does. I've got it all figured out. The train fare will cost me $5, and I want to get a new suit for about $3, and I want to get Mom something pretty for $1 or so, and I figure my food will cost $1. I want to get looking decent. Ma and them don't know I've been bumming around the country for the last 2 years. They think I'm a traveling salesman. That's what I wrote them. They think I'm just coming home now to stay a while, before I start out on a trip to somewhere. I ought to take that money off you. I'm mighty hungry. I might just take that piece of change." Tim stood up, defiant. His weak, frail body was a joke compared to the bulging muscles of Jake. Jake looked at him and laughed. He leaned back against the tree and roared, "Ain't you a pretty something? I'd just twist that mess of bones you call yourself. Just break every bone in your body. Only you've been pretty good for me, stealing stuff for me and the likes of that. So I'll let you keep your pin money." He laughed again. Tim looked at him suspiciously and sat down on a rock. Jake took 2 tin plates from a sack, put 3 strips of the rancid bacon on his plate and 1 on Tim's. Tim looked at him. "Where's me other piece? There were 4 strips. You're supposed to get 2, and me 2. Where's me other piece?" he demanded. Jake looked at him. "I thought you said you didn't want any of this rancid meat." Putting his hands on his hips, he said the last 8 words in a high, sarcastic, feminine voice. Tim remembered he had said that, but he was hungry and cold. "I don't care. I want my other piece. I'm hungry. I could eat just about anything. Come on, Jake, give me my other piece." Jake laughed and stuck all the 3 pieces in his mouth. Not another word was spoken. Tim went sulkily over in a corner, and reaching out from where he was sitting, he gathered pine twigs, neatly laying them along the ground. Finally, when his job was finished, he could stand the strained silence no longer. "Sorry, Jake, you know how it is. I'm excited about getting home and everything. I'm really very hungry too, because I guess all there is to do is tighten up my belt." "The hell it is. You could take some of that jack you got and go get us a decent meal." "I know what you're thinking. Why don't we steal some food? But hell, you don't catch me stealing anything in this burg. I heard from buddies that this place," he pointed a finger toward the lights that indicated the town, "is one of the toughest little burgs this side of nowhere. They watch bums like eagles."